To get started with AWS DataSync, you need to deploy a DataSync agent. For this demo, we use an NFS server on an Amazon EC2 instance, as mentioned earlier. To access the DataSync service, from the console, select Services. Under Migration and Transfer, select DataSync. Select Get Started to create the DataSync agent. Or simply select the agent link and then select Create Agent. For our demonstration, we will deploy the DataSync agent on an EC2 instance. The DataSync user guide provides a URL link to the EC2 AMI for the chosen AWS region. For this demonstration, we use Oregon, or US West 2, as our region with the AMI ID shown here. Clicking the URL automatically selects the AMI and redirects us to step 2 to choose an EC2 instance type. When deploying the agent on EC2, the instance size must be at least 2 extra large for the agent to function properly in a production environment. For this demonstration only, we use a smaller compute-optimized C5.2's large instance type because we will not be transferring many files. Select Next, Configure Instance Details. Using an AWS EC2 instance, you create and launch this instance in a virtual private cloud, VPC. The creation of a VPC is not covered in this demonstration. For more information, please see the official Amazon VPC documentation online. On the Configure Instance Details page, select the VPC where the source NFS server is located. In this case it is called NFS Server. In the Auto-Assign Public IP field, select Enable. Select Next, Add Storage. The agent doesn't require additional storage, so we can skip this step and select Next, Add Tags. Optionally, add tags to the EC2 instance. Tags are name-value pairs that allow organizing resources. Select Next, Configure Security Group. Security groups in AWS act as network firewalls, allowing and denying traffic on specific networking ports. On the Configure Security Group page, we select an existing security group that has the necessary ports already defined. See the DataSync user guide for the complete set of network and port requirements. Once the security group is selected, select Review and Launch. Review the instance parameters before launching the instance. You can view the AMI details, view or edit the instance type, and view the security group ID and name. Select Launch to complete the setup. You are given the option to select an existing key pair or create a new key pair. Since we won't be accessing the DataSync instance through SSH, choose Proceed without a key pair and click the checkbox to acknowledge you will not be able to connect to the instance. Next, click Launch Instances. Scroll down the page and select View Instances. You can see that the instance is launching. The instance then transitions to the successful state. Note, you may have to wait a minute for the IP address to be populated. You now have 2 running instances, an NFS server and the DataSync agent instance. After you have deployed the agent on an EC2 instance, you choose a service endpoint. For this demo, the public endpoints option is chosen. Please see the official AWS DataSync documentation to learn more about the service endpoint options. To activate the DataSync agent, you have to enter the public IP address of the EC2 instance hosting the DataSync agent. The activation key securely associates the DataSync agent with your AWS account. The activation process requires the agent's port 80 to be accessible from your browser. After the agent is activated, it closes port 80 and the port is no longer accessible. From the Create Agent page, enter the agent's IP4 public IP address and select Get Key to get an activation key. For this demo, we provide an agent name of DataSync agent and, optionally, a tag to help you manage, filter, and search for your agents. Select Create Agent. Once created, you can see the agent in the console as well as the agent ID, name, and status. You can also see that the agent is online. Since the agent is newly created, there are no tasks, execution history, nor pre-configured source or destination locations.